Alrighty, welcome back to the channel, my guys. We're going to go ahead and open up a new section of the channel. This is going to be Hema drama dump, where I'll play around with some of the videos. And we're just going to kind of start wading into a little bit of the drama that pops up on a lot of the pages. And I thought a very appropriate one to start with would be kind of the drama that's happening on with Matt Easton and the Swordier guys. So let's go ahead and get started.
Today we're going to talk about immoral trading practices of a particular Chinese sword making company and why you shouldn't buy from Swordier. Hi folks, Matt Easton here, Schola Gladiatoria. Now this is a type of video I don't make very often. What I'm holding here is known as the Easton Mark III saber that I developed with Coveton. You might be asking, why is it a Mark III? Because there was a Mark I and a Mark II. This is the Mark III. That is a lengthy process. This is aware of the fact that Swordier had copied this saber, absolutely copied it. I don't just mean, you know,
They look pretty much exactly the same. Look at that. Yeah, it looks pretty close. So interesting. Even just looking at those pictures, you can see, let's pause at 126. Even just looking at those pictures, you can see that it's pretty common. It looks like definitely the assembly is not as good, but it looks like it's practically the same sword.
Funny thing. Some weeks ago, Swordier contacted me as, you know, the YouTuber, Matt Easton of Schola Gladiatoria. They clearly hadn't done their research and hadn't put two and two together. And they said, well, hey, we're big fans of your channel. You know, lots of people are saying that we should get you, Matt Easton, to review our swords. Would you like to review some of our swords? Now, I had watched some reviews of some Swordier products, both before and after I knew about the fact that they ripped off the Coveton Easton Mark III saber. And I was kind of interested in their products. Let's be candid, the reviews were mediocre. Yeah. It seems like the swords are okay.
Pretty good for the price.
They're not terrible. There had been murmurings of intellectual property theft, copyright issues. But of course, this is a Chinese company and they don't have to play by the rules of the West in terms of copying things. If they want to copy something, they can copy something, and there's very little that anybody in the West can do about it apart from making a video like this.
That is one advantage of being a Chinese company, is that you really don't have to play by a lot of that copyright rules. Albion, super famous maker, you might remember that when I was reviewing the big triangular section blade with the strange rain guard on it, we were talking a lot with Peter Johnson on Facebook, and he actually commented that it's a direct rip-off of the Albion Mercenary. And you remember that I remarked in the video that, hey, this looks a lot like an Albion Mercenary, and kind of handing around to some people in the club, swinging around the Mercenary for myself. It's pretty close. It looks like they're at least inspired by a lot of the Albion models. So it's not surprising that a company would try and do something like this for Schola Gladiatoria.
Talk about the acquisition. So what is the design theft? To make it clear, I never had access to Matt's Mark III saber. I watched the full video, and I never touched physically, not even once. Here's what we actually happened. So a client sent us some specs and also the reference images. I don't know the brand, it's just a blank pictures as I attach right here. We use our local 65 manganese spring steel. We love this material. If you know Swordier, we have been using this a lot, both in those sharp edge sword and also those Hema practice.
So let's go ahead and pause at 243. If you get what he just said there, he says he's using the exact same steel for both sharp swords as well as his blunt swords that he's trying to use for Hema fencing. It's kind of a red flag. Spring steel is great. If you're trying to put an edge on a sword to fight with it, you have to temper it way differently. You have to take a different type of a bevel. You have to do all kinds of things if we're turning it into a blunt training weapon. Because if we just take a normal sword, we blunt the edges and take off the tip, nobody would want to fight you with that. So let's listen to him a little bit more. And I'll pause it here again for a second, 249. You can see that a lot of the polish on there is not very good. You can see a lot of burnish around where the rolled edges are. I know it is a budget sword, so we can't be super crazy about it, but that just seems like it hasn't been polished as well as it could be. Obviously, as a budget sword, we can't expect very much, but it would be nice if that looked a little bit better.
For both the blade and the guard. You know, in Longquan here, our swordsmiths are really good at it. And I do notice that Matt has been mentioned that we have poor treatment and also poor qualities. For that, I ask you sincerely to do the verification by yourself. I'd love to offer the blade and the saber for free of charge to send it to you to do the final analysis. And also, I would love all those influencers, all those sword lovers to contact me if you have those background informations and also you have those background knowledges for the saber. I will send it to you to do the review and to make the compare if you happen to have those Mark III sabers, to make a direct compare both for the ship.
That's pretty incredible. So I'll pause it again at 343. I mean, a lot of the time you wouldn't even expect a response from a maker who's been accused of ripping stuff off, especially from a country that doesn't interact with a lot of the trade rules that we have out here in the West. But what he just said is he's willing to send swords to people to verify if they are worth sparring for, if it's a direct copy of the Matt Easton saber. So, long story short, challenge accepted. Let's go ahead and skip forward just a little bit. He gives some history. I'd recommend watching his full video if you want kind of better explanation.
By doing that, I'm trying to reaching out in good faith. I replied and responded the email to Matt, hopefully to get a review and get a feedback. And Matt never replied back. And then all of a sudden, I wanted to seek dialogue, asking for advices and hoping to build something positive together, but I got no reply. Then suddenly, without warning or even a direct message, we are public accused on YouTube. To me, it...
Alexa, stop. Alright, sorry, that was my garlic bread. Long pepper and greens of paradise. Let's go ahead and resume at 6 p.m. or 6 minutes 6.
Actually an invitation to Matt and also to everyone in this community who does our works. I invite you to judge for yourself. Like what I said, I mentioned Matt, I will send you the saber free of charge. That includes shipping, no cost to you. Test it, compare it, and if it's truly a copy, and if it's truly a bad quality, like you said, show the facts, and also I will do the apologize sincerely.
Yeah, it does sound like it kind of would suck for that. So, as you saw before, I'm in contact with Swordier. So he's sending me one of the sabers to do a review video on, just like he said in his video. So he is legit. He responded within a day of when I sent that email. So I look forward to getting that for you, and I'll do a full sword review breakdown. I'll see if I can get my hands on a Matt Easton saber as well. I sent him an email. He says they don't have any available right now, but we have some locally in the club that I think that I'll borrow, and we'll go ahead and do a like-for-like comparison. We'll do some flex tests on them. We'll have some people spar with both of them. And then we'll just kind of take a look, see what that looks like. Because, first of all, if it is a ripoff, that's obviously not very good. But it sounds like the dude is being pretty honorable with it. A lot of the time when you get ripoff products from the Chinese kind of side of the world, you'll see that they're made much lower quality. They're not anything that you can respond directly to the company that makes them, so there's no warranty. So I'm really interested to see what this will turn out to be like. We see it all the time in like the gun community, where a lot of these companies will come over during some of the big conventions, and they'll take a look at the things laid out on the table. They'll take some pictures, or even sometimes I've heard like 3D scanners, and they'll just try and do everything they can to make a cheaper copy of whatever's on the table out there. So directly ripping off a lot of the better makers. I don't think that's what Swordier is trying to do. They are going to be at CombatCon if you want to talk to them directly, but I'm going to see what we can do about this saber that they're sending us. We'll take a look at it, and I'll let you know, guys, my honest opinion, because really, I'm only here to help make the sword community grow, to make the YouTube channel a little bit bigger. I mean, so coming from an unbiased third party, we'll just take a look at it, and I'll let you know what we see. Cheers.
Where shadows play, dragons rise at break of day, hammers echo through the mist, twilight whispers magic kiss.